Hi everyone, full review here of the MacBook Air 13-inch M1 chip. Now if you haven't already, press the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe for more videos. I'm posting a variety of different videos, not only in this MacBook Air, but Windows Surface Book, MacBook Pro, and so forth. So subscribe for those videos. Let's jump right into it. This MacBook Air M1 chip is the newest from Apple, okay? And they've done tests on this, on the M1 chip, on how fast it is, how efficient it is, how much battery life. Apple does claim more than 15 hours on this MacBook Air, which is amazing. And that's a true 15 hours. Now, a lot of Intel-based laptops claim to have 15 hours. I have a Windows Surface Book myself, claims that, but I've never seen up to that amount. I've maybe seen 4.5, maybe 5 hours maximum on web browsing and watching videos. With this, you can web browse, you can watch videos, you can edit, and you will definitely get more than 10 hours of battery life, which is amazing. Is really, really, really good. And I think that Intel really have to step up their game to get to this. AMD processors do have to as well. AMD, I think, is a great company, but the in-house M1 silicon chip is this fantastic. With this laptop, the great thing about this is you've got this huge mouse pad here, and not only that, but you can be able to click anywhere on the mouse pad and gives you this haptic feedback. With my Windows Surface Book or a lot of other laptops out there, they don't provide you that ability. You may be able to touch down here, but you're not able to touch up here. Is this a huge shame in terms of that? What else is there? The resolution on it is fantastic. And it doesn't have like a matte. It has a glossy finish, but it's not like glare is going to be protruding as much for you when viewing it. Now, unless you're in sunlight, directly in sunlight. It has Wi-Fi 6. It's pretty lightweight. It's about 3.4 grams, about 0.3 grams less than the Windows Surface Book. And I bring up the Windows Surface Book because that's my other laptop that I use that is basically, I paid $3,000 for that laptop. It is a very expensive laptop. It gets compared mostly to the MacBook Pros instead of the Air. But surprisingly, this Air, a lot of functionality, a lot of things that I do, the Air comes out much faster than the i7 Intel processor that's in that. Now, the volume on the speakers, I wouldn't say it's the best. I'm going to go ahead and play some music for you. As you can hear there, I think the sound is fantastic. For a MacBook Air, you can purchase these. I mean, they've been going on discount now, which is surprising. This is a brand new laptop. This came off the new chip, but you can get it for like $800, not including tax. So, with that said, it's a hell of a deal you're getting for these MacBook Airs of what is providing to you. The speaker, the quality, in my opinion, are great. I don't know if you guys could hear properly, but the speakers it's adequate sound. It's not the loudest out there. I think the MacBook Pros are a little bit louder. I think the bass this has a little bit more into it. The great thing about the MacBook Air, even the MacBook Pro or Mac products, you don't get the vibration in the chassis when you have it all the way up in terms of the volume. A lot of other computers like Dell or the Windows computer, not so much. The Windows Surface Book, the other Windows computers, The volume doesn't even go that high. Even the Windows Surface Book doesn't even go that high. But if it does, it gets distorted. Distorted. The sound gets distorted. You might feel some vibration in the chassis. With the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, you don't get that at all. You really don't, and it's amazing in terms of that. In terms of weight, it's about 3.2 grams, 3.1 in comparison to the Windows Surface Book 13-inch. Okay, so it does have, it's light, but in terms of light laptops, LG has the Gram. Lenovo. All these companies have very light laptops, in my opinion, in comparison to the lightest laptop you can purchase from MacBook on a 13-inch and the MacBook Air. Some downfalls that I don't like: you've only got 2 USB-C ports on the left, and in my opinion, if you're a editor, if you're a photographer, if you're whatever, even professionals, 2 USB-C ports really don't cut it. There's no SD card slot, there's no USB-C ports, which everything uses, and this doesn't have it. This just does have that, and a headphone jack, a regular headphone jack, and that is it. Huge downfall in my opinion, but you can see here it's kind of sloped in terms of the design on how it's kind of settled out, which is nice. I like that. This is the back area. You've got this kind of, similar Mac products. If you've seen one of them, you've seen them all in terms of the design. The webcam, this is very different than the usual webcam, okay? The webcam in this laptop, which is right on the top, right there. It's kind of fogged out, but I guess you guys know where it is, right there. This is a 720p FaceTime. They call it 720p HD. The resolution and quality, I think, of the imaging, you can compare this to other 720p webcams, and this blows it out of the water. And the reason why even Apple this specifies it is due to the processing of the M1 chip. It goes through a certain processing where the resolution and quality of the video is this much better. It's much more crisp. So if you're using this for Zoom, if you're using this to chat with friends using the webcam, the quality is going to be better than Windows-based laptops with 720p resolution. Okay, just going to throw that out there. And I have used this, and I have noticed a huge difference in terms of that. Recording your voice, another thing, it picks up the voice and processes it really well. Overall, this is a really, really good laptop. And, looking at it, they changed the keyboard from before. The old keyboard was it was flimsy, it wasn't right. And funny enough, they went to this new keyboard, which wasn't really new, because this technology of the keyboard was used by Apple previously until they changed it to, I don't want to say butterfly, or I think it's scissor. Or it might be butterfly that was the old one, now it's a scissor keyboard. But regardless, it's a much better keyboard. And a lot of people complaining about the old keyboard, so it's now back to the one they were utilizing before in the previous generations. It's great in terms of that. What else is there in terms of it? The build quality is amazing. It's thin. It's lightweight. It's the only thing is, in my opinion, if you do purchase any type of magnesium or aluminum type of structure for a laptop, get a case or get some type of protection that you can put on it, because this has the ability and it is prone to scratches. I have a Windows Surface Book, and same type of material as this, same thing, and that gets scratched like crazy. And on these, they do get scratched very easily. So you can use a case for it, but it's really up to you in terms of that. But anyways, guys, that's a full review of this laptop. It's been a couple months using it. Great in my opinion. I highly recommend it if you do want to purchase a great laptop that will last you. And this laptop will last you in my opinion. So highly recommend it. And the prices for these are going down dramatically. Apple's just wanting to sell as much of these as they can. As of this recording, you can be able to purchase this laptop for basically $800, which is, in my opinion, a steal. Now, the specs on these aren't the highest spec in terms of like RAM or memory or whatnot. As you can see here, is 8 gigs of memory. The chip is the M1 chip. The storage, I think it's like, let's go back. I think it's 320. Wait, it is, yeah, about 250 gigs. 250 gigs, and as you can see, I'm pretty much going up the ladder there in terms of that. But a lot of times I use my external, and I mean that's the thing. You can get this for quite a discount right now. And the thing that really differentiates this, I mean, yeah, you could put a little bit more memory. The hard drive thing can be fixed really easily. The main thing is this M1 chip. That's the most important, is the processor. Memory, you can put a little more memory, but with this type of chip and how things are kind of done, 8 is more than adequate for this product. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Highly recommend this. If you do have an iPhone, highly recommend utilizing, if you have an Apple ecosystem, maybe it's a good shot to go after a Mac product. So, one thing I forgot to say. Great feature here. This is a power down and also a open. It has a fingerprint sensor, so if you want to open your laptop, you just put your finger there. Basically the same thing that they had in their iPhones. They brought it to the MacBooks. In my opinion, that is amazing. I like it a lot. It works fine. It works perfectly. There's no issues in terms of that. And highly recommend it. A great feature. Windows laptops, you got the Face ID that they have, but in my opinion, I don't think is as secure as a fingerprint. In my personal opinion, there have been videos online posted that people have printed out their picture, and then they put a piece of paper up with their face on it, and the Windows laptop opens up. So my opinion is not the securest. So the fingerprint, in my opinion, I think is much better. So I like that, they have that in the MacBook Air. Anyways, full review, guys. Press the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe for more videos. And comment down below if you have a MacBook Air M1 or MacBook Pro M1. They're both using the same chipset. Is this the software is throttling the MacBook Pro a little better, because the MacBook Air does not have internal fans, and that's one thing I was going to state. The MacBook Pro does. But in terms of heat, you're not going to get as much heat, and there's been tests done on this. I've utilized this for a long time and checked the bottom of it, check the top of it. The heat in this is very low. So it's because of the M1 chip. So that's a big factor in comparison to the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and a lot of other products. But this one doesn't have internal fans, so dissipating it. But you really don't need it, to be honest. Anyways, full review, guys. I hope that was thorough enough. I hope I went through everything. If I did not, if I missed something, please post down below in the comment section. I would love to kind of help you guys out in terms of that. And I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have used this MacBook Air or MacBook Pro products, and how has it been for you with the M1 chip. Thanks.